YouTubers. We just driving through Memphis today. This is our part 2 of driving through Memphis, letting y'all see how Memphis really look. I like talking through my videos because I don't think it's cool for you to show people the Memphis area, but they don't hear nothing. You just driving and you just looking at the video. So I like to talk every now and then, but I got something I want to talk about today that's kind of interesting though. And what I want to talk about today is I'm breaking down the Carmelo Anthony trial and what he went through and what he's gonna go through, of how I think it happened. First of all, what a lot of people got to understand is the first mistake that Carmelo Anthony made was this. He went to school where his parents were sending him to go to school. He had a weapon in his bag. Now, if you go to any school, you will see that they have signs on the doors outside of the school before you even enter into this school saying no guns, no weapons of any kind. To me,
is 40 miles per hour.
I think that was Carmelo Anthony's first mistake, major mistake that he made after hearing on the news about how these schools and churches and mosques and stuff like that been having these shootings going on, and you had a nerve to take a weapon to school without your parents' permission. That's the first mistake you made. The second mistake I feel as though Carmelo Anthony made was, if you being bullied at school or people coming up against you because you trying to go to school, do your lesson, play in sports, trying to be somebody in the sports world as a great athlete, I think you should have told someone that you was having that problem, being bullied. I don't care if they white or if they black. You should have told somebody, especially your parents, and let your parents go about the proper procedures of getting in touch at the school with somebody who deals with that problem, what's going on with bullying. The third mistake that I think Carmelo Anthony made was when he went to school that day and he knew that they had a track meet. They was going to be competing with other schools having a track meet. He should have found his coach. He should have been with his team. He should have been in the gym with his team trying to find out what's on the coach's agenda for who finna run what in what particular class they're going to be running in, and finding out what the coach want him to do. That's the third mistake he made. The fourth mistake he made is that I think Carmelo Anthony was being an unruly child in school, because evidently if he's sitting outside with the contenders that's supposed to be in the track meet, and your team probably in the gym sitting down talking, trying to find out what they need to do to win this track meet, and you outside, then let me know you didn't have no respect for your coach. You didn't have no respect for your coach. When I was coming up in school, I played football. Immediately after school is out, you go straight to the locker room. You ain't walking your girlfriend home. You ain't doing none of that. You go straight to the locker room. You get yourself dressed out in your practice gear, and you get ready to go to the field with the rest of the players to practice football for the next game that's getting ready to come up. That's his fourth mistake he made. His fifth mistake he made was, in my book, was he told his mama and his daddy they didn't have to come to the track meet because it looked like the weather finna be bad. That kind of lets me know right there, he doing something he ain't got no business. Because when I was going to school, we had a football game. It could be raining or whatever. Man, if your family gonna come see you do your track meet or watch you play football, man, they coming whether it's raining or not. It doesn't matter. That's all about participating in sports. That's all about participating in sports. The next thing I want to talk about is Carmelo Anthony must have had something up his sleeve he was trying to do, because you brought a knife to school in your tote bag. That means it's something going on that a lot of people are not realizing and don't know about what you had up your sleeve. You have no reason to take no knife to school at all. For what? You was looking for trouble. You was looking for trouble. And my heart go out to this young man because he was being misled. I don't know who he was trying to impress, what peers he was trying to impress, what friend he was trying to show that he tough. My heart go out to him. But what a lot of people fail to realize is this. Children today are not, I repeat, they are not listening to their parents when their parents tell them stuff, tell them things they need to do, how to be respectful, how to be kind, how to mind your own business, how to walk away from fights when you're being approached by people that's trying to start fights with you, and the only thing you trying to do is get your lesson to try to go head on with your life and try to be somebody. Kids are not listening to their parents today. And why that is, I don't know, and I don't seem to understand it. It's not like Carmelo Anthony's family is sitting on millions and millions and millions of dollars in the bank. So why would you take a knife to school and do what you did? Because you're not the only one that's in jail. Your family is in jail. What a lot of people sitting around here talking about, oh, they just wanted some money. Oh, they just wanted some money. They're not talking about the young man's mother who's in jail with him. That's her child. She got to go through now. She got to figure out how she gonna get money to be able to pay commissary for him each and every week. She got to figure out how she gonna put money on the books, how she gonna put money on the phone calls. She got to figure out how the visitation situation go. They weren't the type of family that knows about those types of situations, about no damn jail. And here you go and cause havoc for your family. Not knowing the pressure you finna put on your mama. Not knowing the pressure you putting on your daddy. Not knowing the sleepless nights they finna have. Wondering, is you okay? Are you all right?
The speed limit is 40 miles per hour.
You put pressure on your family, man, that any average person that has a child that's locked up in the incarceration system, they can tell you the same thing I'm telling you. And I'm telling you this because I have a child myself, and he's incarcerated. And that was one of the worst things that could ever happen to me and my wife. When my son got locked up, we got locked up, and we still locked up right now, trying to make sure he had the things he's supposed to have. Commissary money. When he making sure he got phone call money. When he call home, he'll be able to call home and talk to his family, and let his family letting him know, we still with you. We still with you. Be strong. Stay out of trouble. These are the type of things that people are not talking about. Only thing I'm hearing people talking about, Carmelo Anthony this, Carmelo Anthony that. I ain't giving no money to help him because his daddy this, his mama that. Carmelo Anthony's grandmama gonna go through. She gonna want to put her house up to try to get this young man the lawyer he needs. Family members, his little brothers and little sisters that he may have, that I don't know too much about, they finna go through. They gonna miss him. He's not the only child that's in jail. The family is in jail. And that's when his family gonna find out they're real family members and friends. They're gonna find out. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about Carmelo Anthony being in jail. Don't nobody care. You got a lot of folks walking around acting like they so concerned. If you was concerned, then if you got so much money, how come you couldn't just get the lawyer, tell the lawyer, hey man, go down there, represent Carmelo Anthony in the courtroom, man. Don't tell him I'm paying for it. Just go in there and say, lawyer, I'm here to represent Carmelo Anthony. And whoever doing it behind closed doors, they don't have to be known for what they doing for this child. This young man is in a situation now where his life finna be changed from top to bottom, inside and out. He got to be a man now. His mom and daddy can't go in there and fight for him. His mom and daddy can't go in there and tell the world, oh, you better make them leave my child alone. This man is incarcerated in one of the worst jails in the United States. In Texas. In Texas. But that's what I'm trying to get y'all to see now. The mistake that this young man made is not only going to cost him 35 years of his life, that's costing his mama 35 years of her life. That's costing his daddy 35 years of his life. That's costing his grandmama 35 years of her life, if she lived to be that old. Because after this, man, you just don't know. This when strokes happen. This when people go to walking funny, can't hardly walk. This when people don't want to get up in the morning time to just walk out on the porch to get a breath of fresh air, or sit on their porch and enjoy the sunlight rising up over the hills. This when people are affected, man. But everybody only talking about Carmelo Anthony, man. Carmelo Anthony, in my book, man, I hate this happened to the young man. I wish I could have talked to him. I wish he could have changed his mind about what he did. He actually said he did it. He actually told the police department that he did it. He did it. Now look at the stress he done brought upon his family. His family ain't no type of family that's got 10, 15, 20 million dollars in no bank account where they can give him no lawyer. They barely is fucking making it. They barely is eating. They got to get up every day, go to an old henpeck ass job where you got to go work for the white man, kiss his ass all day. Then she got to get out work. He got to get out work, come home and worry about their child that's been incarcerated, locked up in jail. And that's the first time I ever seen a child being convicted of a crime and sent to jail the next motherfucking day. Where they do that shit at, man? That's why I tell y'all, man, these children need to listen to their parents. These children, man, all them motherfucking books in the library in the school. Man, that's your time for you to pick up the book, man. Read about Dr. Martin Luther King, man. Read about Malcolm X, man. Read about these people, man, that's been out here fighting for us, man. Justice ain't never been on our side, never. We have never had a free ride. We has never had a free run, never in our lives, man. And this should show you ought to want to go and do what's right to better the situations for you and your family, man. Fight a white motherfucker trying to prove who the toughest, man, that shit don't mean shit to me. That don't mean shit to me. Now you stuck, man. You stuck in jail for 35 motherfucking years. You got to do 17 and a half years before you go up for parole. And now look at your family. They hurt. And look at all the people talking about your family like they talking about your family. You know you and your family wasn't in no situation to be going through nothing like this. You should have been going to school and getting your lesson, man, and trying to be the best track star you could be, man. To try to be somebody, man. All these examples out here of people out here living their lives, man, going to school and being the best that they can be. LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Man, they didn't have time for foolishness, man. They were trying to make a change for their family. But now you done came along, you done brought hardship to your family. You done brought hardship to your mama. You done brought high blood pressure to your mama. You done brought high blood pressure to your daddy. You done brought high blood pressure to your grandmamas and your aunties, man. Ain't nobody talking about that. They only talking about Carmelo Anthony. They're not talking about the situation that Carmelo Anthony done put his family through. Done put his family in. And I can talk to you today like this because I have his son, man, that's in jail, man. Me and my wife was praying each and every day, man, that my son will be released soon, man. Soon. He was following the wrong people, trying to impress the wrong people, man. He was. We didn't have no $150,000, $200,000 to get a good lawyer to go in there and represent our son. The motherfucking lawyers were ripping us off. We get him $5,000 going there and take the case. You come back, all before he go in the courtroom again, he need $5 more thousand. All before he go in the courtroom again, I'm gonna need $7 more thousand. Oh, he can't guarantee you shit though. He just want money to be able to stand up there in front of the judge and say, oh yes, sir, Your Honor, I'm here to represent so-and-so and so-and-so, Your Honor. He ain't up fighting for you. He ain't paying no investigators to go out here and find out what happened. He ain't paying no investigators to go out here to find the witnesses, to find out what really went on with the situation. He ain't doing that. Because you know why? He's saying, fuck you. You black. He ain't doing shit for you. And he hoping and praying you get 100 years. Even though he done beat your family out of all that money. My heart go out to Carmelo Anthony, man. When I saw that young man coming out the courtroom, man, I saw it in his eyes that he knew he had made a major mistake in his life. And he had made a major mistake on his family's behalf.
The speed limit is 35 miles
And
per hour.
I seen it in his eyes. And when I saw it in his eyes, I dropped my head because that boy was looking so lost. He was looking like he has never, ever in his life been in no situation like the situation he's in now. That's why I said, man, everybody sitting on these podcasts and all on YouTube, man, running their motherfucking mouth, talking about this, that, and other. They don't know the hurt that shit bring, man. They don't know the strokes that motherfucker have in their sleep, man, worrying about their child. They don't know the sleepless nights this lady gonna have, getting up, walking back and forth in the house, don't know what's going on, about to lose her mind. They don't know the heart attacks and shit this bring on grandmamas and aunties and shit because they wish they had the amount of money that they need to be able to go in there and get their nephew or their grandson represented in the correct fashion and hope that no motherfucker don't steal their money from them and your son or your grandson or your nephew still get 35 motherfucking years. Everybody just running their motherfucking mouth, man. Everybody just running their mouth, man. 201 Poplar is so motherfucking overcrowded with nothing but young black men who are out here trying to impress the wrong people, getting caught up in these situations, going down there to 201 Poplar on lower level down there, trying to get a fucking lawyer, trying to go back and forth to court, even if the judge even give you a bond. They ain't getting your ass no bond now. You get out here and commit a harsh crime out here in Memphis, Tennessee, man, they ain't giving you no bond. You ain't getting no bond. You ain't getting out of jail. There your family go. There your family go. They caught up in the mix right along with you. This is a shame on the black community. On the black community. And what make it so bad, we ought to know better. The young kids ought to know better. They hear it every day from their parents. How their parents getting up every morning, going to a job, dealing with a bunch of white people on the job that's jealous of them because they smart as hell. They want to underpay their parents for the work that their parents out here doing. They want to use a motherfucker because the only time a white motherfucker fool with you is when he can use you and get something out of you. He can't use you and get nothing out of you. He ain't gonna fuck with you no goddamn way. He only fuck with the ones he can use. That way him and his fat funky wife can continue to sit there, eat steaks, eat potatoes, go on trips, go to private islands and shit like that. While you motherfuckers still going to goddamn, what's that motherfucking Six Flags. That's far as you able to go. It's Six Flags. After your mama and your daddy done got in there and did everything they could to make these motherfuckers rich. When goddamn raise time come, what they get, 50 cents? 35 cents? 75 cents? Bonus time come out, what they get? $500. Rich motherfucker take it home, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,000, $100,000 bonuses. What they get a motherfucker who ended up making the money? Shit. That's why I say, and And I say what I say today. My heart go out to Carmelo. My heart go out to his mama. My heart go out to his daddy. My heart go out to his grandmama. My heart go out to his siblings. My heart go out to his aunties, uncles, everybody who's upset. My heart goes out to him. I hate that young man made that mistake. If I could have talked to that young man and told him, hey man, look at her. Don't do that, man. Go over there where your coach at. Run your track meet. Try to win your track meet. Go home with your family, man. Trying to impress these motherfuckers out here in these streets is not where it's at. I don't know who he was trying to impress, or what type of dope he was on, or what. But it looked like to me when he came out the courtroom the other day, he looked so scared until it scared me. It scared me. It scared me. And I have never seen it like that before in my life. But like I said, I can talk about this because I have a child myself. And I'm so glad my child, when he was in these streets, running these streets with the wrong people, and they sending my child out to do things he wasn't supposed to be doing, I'm so glad he did not get out here and commit no murder. I'm so glad that my child didn't commit no murder, man. I'm so glad. But my heart go out to Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is not jailhouse material. Carmelo Anthony is a child. He's a child. He's a child where he's getting ready to go, where he's already going to the penitentiary stage right now, and his mom and daddy is not there to hold his hand. He got to be a man from this point forward. He got to be a man. All this mumbo jumbo shit, people on there talking about the boy mama, talking about the boy daddy. One thing I learned in life from listening to my grandmamas and my granddaddies and my mama and my daddy talking about white people. One thing you don't do to white folk, you don't steal nothing from them. And this is a case where Carmelo Anthony stole their child's life from them. So what they're going to try to do is try to make Carmelo's life a living hell. If you ever work for a white person in their company or at their business, and they ever found out that someone was stealing from them, do you notice the look they had on their face when they found it out? A black person stealing from a white person. Do you know the turmoil that they take you through before they fire your ass? Once they find out you stealing, have you ever saw that? Think back. Think back. Just think back. Just think back. That's all you got to do. Man, this world is, man, something serious. Everybody that's out there saying Carmelo Anthony been done wrong, they doing him wrong. When the fuck have you ever known a black person getting some justice in the justice system? When have you known a black person not being lied on, not being misused? When have you known that a motherfucking judge gonna be on the black man's side when he get out here and commit a motherfucking crime? Whether it's murder, whether it's selling drugs, whether it's trafficking, whether it's robbing, whatever it is, when have you known a black person go to trial and win and justice be served? You ain't never heard of it. You ain't never heard of it. When O.J. Simpson got acquitted for unaliving the two people that they say he unalived, what did they do? They turned around and got him in the kind of way. What they get him on? Talking about he was trying to go back and steal some memorabilia that belonged to him. So he pulled out a weapon, and that was all they need. OJ ended up doing almost 9.5 years just for that. So they didn't get him the first time, but they got him the second time. So justice still wasn't served. Justice still wasn't served. Black man still didn't get away with nothing. So the moral to the story is, black kids today need to get an understanding about life. Get an understanding about life, and remember when their grandmamas and their granddaddies used to sit them down and tell them about the Jim Crow era, the Uncle Tom era, the fiddler. I call the motherfucker the fiddler. The motherfucker that's on the motherfucking porch of the rich white man's house playing the violin for everybody sitting around and they stomping their motherfucking feet, drinking that motherfucking moonshine. Yeah, and all that old kind of shit. I call them the fiddler. And I know your grandparents have told you about them. Because your grandparents was out here. They was out here picking cotton, doing all kind of stuff, trying to make it. Looking at the white men rape their kids. All types of stuff. But what we get out of time in the penitentiary. That's what we getting out of. Time in jail. That's what we getting out of. Time in jail. Heartbroken, sick, with all kind of motherfucking sicknesses. All because why? After we beg our children to listen to what we saying, they still won't listen. And they get themselves in trouble every time. And the family still trying to be with them, trying to hold down the fort, trying to help them the best they can. Mamas and daddies about to lose everything they got, trying to help their children through this jailhouse crisis. You don't know who down there trying to exploit your child. You don't know who got your child calling home, talking about if he don't bring that motherfucker, they don't get that money up, what they gonna do to your child. He ain't telling you that on the phone, but you don't know what he going through. Carmelo Anthony got a road ahead of him, man. He's got a road ahead of him that, man, I wouldn't wish that on nobody, man. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. This a kid finna go to the penitentiary around robbers, murderers, thieves, traffickers, rapists, pedophiles. He in a place where they got all these different motherfucking people in there, and all of them got different personalities. Different personalities now. It's a shame, y'all. It's a shame. And here we are. We out here going through the motion, getting up every day, going to a job we don't want to go to. You got the white man study stand up. Good morning, guys. We're going to give you a rundown on what's going on today. When you get in these big ass warehouses, treating you like you ain't nobody, treating you like you ain't shit. First time you coming in, don't make them no money. Oh, it's finna be a major problem. It's finna be a major problem. It's finna be a major problem. First time you come to work late, you want to give you a point. First time you try to put in a vacation day, oh, you got to schedule that. You just can't come here and say you're going to take a vacation day. I mean, just misusing us like we ain't shit. They the ones get to have the big ass houses, the fancy ass cars, living like King Tut. Got everything they want. But look at us. They make sure they don't give us enough to live like nothing. So your ass will get up every morning and go back to that motherfucking job, hit that motherfucking clock, and get your ass on that funky ass line they got where niggas walking up and down the lines picking shit, put it in a box and put it on the conveyor belt so it can go down to the sorter down there where it can be packed, taped, put a packing slip on that motherfucking shit, throw it in a goddamn gaylord where it can be loaded on the back of a motherfucking truck to go across country where they making $2 to $3 million per truck. And what you get out of it? $105, $110 a motherfucking a day. Because you ain't working shit for 8 hours. Then you end up begging to work overtime. The white man looking at you like you're crazy and the motherfucker, we ain't got no overtime today. No, you can't work no overtime. The only time he wants you to work overtime for him is when he in need. But if you come in and say, hey man, look at her, let me after I get through, riding this forklift, picking this motherfucking product, let me work a couple hours just walking around cleaning up, picking up paper and shit, getting the warehouse clean. Oh no, we ain't got no overtime right now, but if I need you, I'll let you know. I'll let you know, man. Don't give a fuck about us. Don't care nothing about us, man. Man, y'all better open y'all eyes up and see, man, what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Carmelo Anthony is not the only somebody in jail, man. His whole motherfucking family in jail, man. His whole family in jail. And I feel sorry for all of them, man. Everybody in his family, man, I feel sorry for him. That the justice system failed him. They failed him. And what I mean by they failed him, they took all the black jurors off the jury and put all old white motherfuckers on there who's supposed to be so quote unquote scared of a nigga. They failed him. And now all the people that's out here claim, I got some money for this. I'm gonna put some money on. I'm gonna get him a lawyer. It's too late for that motherfucker. The lawyer got to have time to prepare for the motherfucking case. The lawyer got to have time to go out here and find the witnesses. The lawyer got to go out here and find out who knows something about this boy being bullied by these motherfuckers at the school that these white boys were going to. No, it take time. And then if somebody even want to talk to your ass, man, y'all better wake up, man. Man, y'all better wake up, man. We being failed by the justice system, and we being failed by our own selves. We doing it to our own selves. Ain't no sense in nobody getting mad. Ain't no sense in nobody calling this man's mama an alcoholic, or this man's daddy a crackhead, or whatever they've been calling them people. No sense in getting mad about that. No sense at all. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I don't understand how they're gonna make it. But my heart go out to Carmelo Anthony. My heart go out to all African American people that are going through, even on an old piece of job. You going through. Especially if you're on a piece of job and you ain't making nothing. You going through. You get a little funky ass check, paying $600 a week, maybe $625. Ain't enough to pay no bills in your house. You pay the goddamn light bill, that's $300. What you got left? $300. You gotta have gas to get back down there to them sorry motherfuckers next week. You gotta buy groceries for all the children that you got. Make sure they got something to eat. Oh no, not us. We parlaying. That's what they call it. That's what they call it. They say it's called parlaying. They taking their little motherfucking checks instead of doing right with it. They going to the club with it. Getting the club man that money. Getting the club owner that money. And then the children wake up in the morning, by the time you get there, you goddamn it house some type of dope or whatever the fuck it is. Children hungry than a motherfucker. You go in there lay down, it take a motherfucker coming up with a 2x4 to hit you upside your motherfucking head to wake you up. Cause the children hungry. They ain't got shit to eat. Don't know where they gonna get their next meal from. Nothing. I don't get it. What are we thinking about, people? What are we thinking about? What are we thinking about? We losing everything. And the main thing we losing is our motherfucking mind. And I used to hear them say on this commercial all the time when I was coming up as a kid. They used to say a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I read one time on Dr. King, what Dr. King wrote. He said, a man that knows the truth and don't do something about it, he dead already. He dead already. And I believe that to this day. I believe that to this day. But my heart goes out to the Carmelo Anthony family. My family, man, we always talking about this. You know, me and my wife, my son, we was talking about this. And we was trying to figure out what would make him take a knife into the school. After all the shit that's going on with these schools out here, having these shootings and stuff like that, what would give him the audacity to want to take a weapon in the school? He lucky it wasn't his daddy's weapon, or one of his daddy's knives he worked with in the garage. Cause they would have tried to charge his daddy, saying if he had locked the knife up, he wouldn't have had it. So the boy be still alive. Did y'all come to think about that? That's why I said, man, we in trouble, man. We in trouble. We in trouble. And like I said, my heart go out to Carmelo Anthony's family. I hate what went on. with the young kid, because he ought to be at home with his family, man. I ain't talking about at home with no ankle bracelet around his ankle. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about at home doing what young folks do. Acting like young folks supposed to act. Going to the movies or something with his family or with his friends or with his cousins or something like that. He around here toting knives and shit, doing grown folk shit. He doing shit that motherfuckers that's out here doing that want to go to the penitentiary. You know, they do shit like that. You know, out here robbing folks and taking folks shit. You know, those are people that want to go to the penitentiary. So they do stupid ass shit like that. This young boy don't know nothing about no motherfucking jail. He ain't got a jail bone in his motherfucking body. And I hope somebody in that jail where he at, man, try to put him on track what he need to do, bro. Cause jail ain't no place, no fun ass place to be, bro. Jail ain't fun, my nigga. And I hate it went on like that, man. I hate to see the boy fucked up, cause I got a son, man. Like I said, I'm just glad my son didn't get out here and commit no murder and got himself fucked up like that, man. You know, one thing my son did say, after me and my wife were trying our best to try to,
The speed limit is 35
you know, do what we
miles
can
per
do to
hour.
try to come up with what we can come up with, trying to figure out something. You know, he finally came to us and told us, I got to do my time. I know what I did was wrong. I got to do my time. And that was the first point in his life where he was standing up trying to be a man. Even though he's still young.
The
He
speed
what,
limit is
maybe about
35 miles per
3.5 years older than Carmelo Anthony. But he did take initiative to say, I brought this upon myself. I got to do my time. I got to be a man. I got to man up. I got to stand up. And like I said, that's the worst thing that could have ever happened to me and my wife when our son got incarcerated in the justice system. But prayer, you got to pray. I tell his family right now, pray. Don't worry about what nobody talking about. Pray. Ask God to watch over your child. Don't take his hands off the child. You got to pray. Stand up, stand strong. Damn what people talking about. You got more of a bigger issue than worrying about what a motherfucker saying about you. Your biggest issue is you have a son in jail and you want your son not to be harmed in jail or nobody trying to fuck over your son or mistreat your son. So it's going to take prayer because you're not in there with him. You're going to have to pray day in and day out. You're going to have to pray morning, noon, and night. Because that's what me and my wife still doing. We're doing it every day. We still praying. We ain't stopping. Because we trust the one we believe in, the one and only Most High God. Ain't nobody above him, beneath him, behind him, in front of him, or beside him. He stands alone. And ain't no motherfucking man gonna take no credit, excuse my language, ain't no man gonna take no credit for nothing that the Father does for you when you praying to him and you asking him for help. That's why we call him the Father. Because a father is going to do for his child. And the Messiah is my father. And he gonna do what he's supposed to do for me. I'm his child. Or for my wife, because she his daughter. So I ask that y'all continue to pray for Carmelo and his family. Keep them in y'all's prayers. That God can go in and comfort this young man. Comfort him through his trials and his tribulations. God will comfort him, give him peace, give him understanding. So I hope he read his scriptures. Read. Get an understanding of what the scriptures say. Because God said in all things, make sure you get an understanding. Because what's done is done. He can't bring back Mr. Metcalf's son. What he did by stabbing Mr. Metcalf's son, that wasn't right. And if somebody think that Carmelo Anthony supposed to walk away scot-free, y'all got another thing coming. Y'all got life fucked up. That man committed a crime. He killed this man's son. This man has a right to be upset. That man's wife has a right to be upset. Because if that white man's son had a did that to your child, you'll be upset the same way they upset. So you got to look at it from both sides. He lost and y'all lost too. Your son in jail doing 35 years. He'll be 50-something years old when he get out of jail. That man and his wife lost because they'll never be able to hold their child again. The only thing they can do now is go to the cemetery on holidays and birthdays and put flowers down and let out the chair and sit down and just spend time with them at the cemetery. So don't think your son or your nephew or your grandson or whoever it is that's listening to me right now that's some kin to Carmelo Anthony. Don't think he's supposed to get away scot-free for that. And that's why I say I don't give a damn about what nobody talking about that racism shit and all that. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that. There was a life taken in this situation. There was a life taken, and there was another life taken from his family to the jailhouse he had to go. And if anybody sitting up there trying to make somebody on this fucking YouTube shit believe Carmelo, he ain't supposed to do a day, you crazy than a motherfucker to believe that shit. Cause one thing about black people, we never had justice. We ain't gonna never have justice. I don't care what go on. They ain't gonna never pay you right. They ain't gonna never give you the right amount of money you supposed to receive for coming in and doing a job for their crooked ass. They always have been crooks. We always have been getting underpaid. We always have been getting mistreated. We always had to follow their motherfucking rules and their motherfucking regulations. And that's why I don't fuck with them. And I advise you not to fuck with them neither. Because they ain't nothing but some motherfucking snakes. They ain't nothing but some motherfucking snakes from the pits of hell. All of them. I used to hear people say, well, you know, Miss Ruth and them, you know, they ain't prejudiced. I don't give a damn about Miss Ruthie or what you talking about Miss Ruthie. Because when Miss Ruthie get mad at you, she gonna call you a nigga behind your goddamn back when you get through. She gonna say that old black ass motherfucker, I ain't never liked him no way. So be mindful of that. Don't think that everything is everything. Because a white motherfucker give you a Christmas card on Christmas or invite you over to sit down and eat with them cause they playing like they so concerned about you. They ain't concerned about you. Don't you be no goddamn fool. They concerned about themselves. They ain't concerned about you. Me and Miss Maddie, we been friends 40 years. I don't give a fuck if y'all been friends 50 years. She still don't give a shit about no nigga when you get through. And if she white, she don't give a shit about no nigga. So if you believe she do, you keep on being a damn fool if you want to. I done learned my lesson about fucking with them. I never fuck with them one of them again. The only thing I do when they come around me, I look at them upside their motherfucking head. I used to work on a job once, and a boy asked me, he said, hey, I said, what's up, man? He said, I noticed you don't say nothing to them white people. I said, sure don't. Because I don't fuck with them. He said, you don't speak to them? He said, man, they'll speak to you, keep walking. I sure do. He said, why, I said, because they underpaying all of us in this motherfucking White House, and they know they getting over on us. They ain't giving us shit. When Thanksgiving comes, they want to give you old funky ass turkey and dressing. I can eat that at home. Give me some money for the hard work and dedication that I have given this company. He looked at me. He said, man, you know what? He said, man, you sure right. Long as they can use you and get something out of you, they don't give a shit about you. Stop doing something where they can make a profit off your ass and see how quick you go out that motherfucking door. I said, in a goddamn hurry. You going out that door in a motherfucking hurry. He said, man, you sure ain't lying? I said, I know I ain't. And I told him, I said, don't you be fooled. I used to work on a job once. My very first job I worked on. I ain't gonna call the name. When it gets slow inside the building, the man will say, hey, look at here. I want you to go down to my daddy's house. This is how they talk to you. To my daddy's house. And you and so-and-so and so-and-so, I ain't gonna call his name. He said, Daddy got some stuff down there he won't done. Since it's slow up here, you get in the truck and go down to Daddy's house with so-and-so and so-and-so. So I said, okay, all right, I won't do this at this time. And I got in the truck. So the one I was riding with, he was an older guy. He ain't know no better, man. Don't get me wrong, he ain't know no better. He was used to them making an ass out of him, making a fool out of him. So I said, hey, man, what we going down here to do? He said, well, you know, we got to go down here and work on the property down here. And I said, doing what? He said, we got a little leaves, we got to rake and we got to load up a little wood and take it to the landfill down there. I said, okay, I'm going to do this here this time. And I told him, I said, now, look here, let me tell you something. I ain't going to do this here no motherfucker more. He said, what you mean? What you mean? I said, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to do it this time. But I'm not going to do it no more. This is my first and my last time. So we went down there and worked on the man's property. We worked on the boss daddy's property. We went down there and worked. And we come back. He come out. How everything go down there? I didn't open my mouth. I ain't see a mumbling sound. I ain't see a mumbling word. The other guy did all the talking because, you know, he was their boy. So he said, how everything going? I said, everything's all right. Everything's everything. I went on to the clock, punched out, went to the car, got in, went home. 2 weeks later, he come again. He said, we got to go down there and work at the old man's house because they got some stuff down there they want us to do. And I said, no, I ain't going down there working at no motherfucking old man's motherfucking house because I don't get paid to work down there. I get paid to work at this motherfucking warehouse. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work at this motherfucking warehouse right here. So the man went back and told the man what I said. They kind of got mad at me, frowned all up at me because I said I wasn't going out there, you know, messing around at the man's house down there. So that evening, they riding around, they looking for the guy. He's supposed to be back. It's on a Friday. Everybody waiting to get their paycheck so they can go liquor store and cash them checks and go on with their family. So we couldn't go until he done made it back and parked the company truck. And the man passed out the checks, say his little speech he got to say, and pass out the checks and thank you for working or whatever y'all want to call this shit. But anyway, he never showed up. Okay, so the man ended up sending the maintenance guy, hey, look at here, y'all. Y'all load up and go down there to see what's going on. Reason why he ain't got back yet. So they all load up, a whole bunch of white boys, they load up. They load up, got in the truck, went down there to the old man's house down there. And they was trying to find him. So when they got there, they saw the company truck was still sitting in the driveway. Sitting in the driveway from where it was when he got there. So they looking, they hollering, they thought he had fell in the lake behind the old man's house. They thought that he had fell in the lake. They done called the police and the ambulance. This motherfucker took his funky black ass down to them people's house. Got sloppy drunk down to them people's house and crawled up inside the dog house and went to motherfucking sleep. That's where they found him at, inside the dog house sleep. They fired him on the spot. 2 days later, they called him back to work that Monday. That Monday, they called him back to work that Monday. Oh, you can come on back. Dad said we can't get rid of you. He needs you. So we got to let you come on back. So he comes on back, come in with his hat crooked to the side, walking like he cool. I ain't say nothing. I just looked at him. He said, yeah, them motherfuckers trying to find me. But the old man said, goddamn it, this is company. They can't find me for a goddamn thing. I didn't say nothing. I just looked at him. Another Mr. Fiddler, another Tom on the loose. And they're going to forever treat us that way until we all stand. Until we all stand up and take a stand and say, no, not this time. Not this time. Well, that concludes, y'all, my part 2 of riding around in Memphis, Tennessee. But I had something on my heart I had to talk about today. And I want to deliver it to y'all straight and forward. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No trying to throw no salt in it. I want to give it to you straight and pure. And I thank y'all for listening. See you next time.